I know there are a lot of attorneys, but how many of them are saints? Phew. Now, Saint Michael is one of the four archangels in both Jewish and Christian scriptures. Yeah, he's considered the patron angel and guardian of Israel. Oh, in art, he is usually portrayed as a warrior. Phew. Now, that's not so good, is it? That individual right now say, well, this Saint Michael, he's in the Bible. Yes, as an angel mentioned in the book of Acts 7:38, who gave the law to Moses on Mount Sinai. Yes. See, as I look at it, as a father, yes. Let's say that you serve mammon. Poop. You don't have any problem exploiting children. Yes. And you said I was a child abuser? Right. But my record's expunged and he kept arresting me? As I said, I don't serve mammon. Pooh. Oh. See, is it really a ministry? Yes. To take the money. Well, there was a guy named Michelangelo. Yes. Did he do this for the money? Poop. What? Oh, look at all the crucifixion of Saint Peter. Yes. The Sistine Chapel. Yeah. Exactly. Why did he do what he did? Was it for the money, Mike? Pooh. Was he trying to raise support for additional wells in Haiti? Yes. He thought if he adopted a daughter and he used her to get more money, yes, he would do more good for the Haitians. Yes. Now, I have a problem with this idea right now that for some reason those in ministry have no problem exploiting children because of their justification of it. Yeah. How is the state of Michigan? Pooh. Could you get me every oath in the state of Michigan? Pooch. All the divorces of those in the government of the state of Michigan. Every restraining order that's been. How about all your adoptions? Poop. A lot of those in government, they think, well, it looks good. Yes. If I don't get divorced or I do get divorced, yes, it looks good. If my wife alleges domestic violence or child abuse, yes, it looks good if you don't have any due process. It looks good if you adopt a child when you're financially able to support them. Now, there's this place called Detroit. Yes. And then there are these various lakes, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and Lake Huron. I thought that there might be some sort of water shortage in Michigan. Oh, but it looks like I'm wrong. Poop. Seems like you have a lot of natural resources. Yes. You got a lot of water in those lakes, do you? Yeah, well, oh, well, why don't you get? Oh, well, I'm thinking I'm suing the state of Michigan. Oh, those in office in Michigan. See, this mass production of tanks took place at the Chrysler Corporation. Yeah, I had redesigned the tank for the United States military. I designed it so there's 100 pieces to a tank. Yes. Now this morning I was telling you about the tractor pull. I think I'm going to kick the ass of every farmer in the United States of America. I really think that I'm on to something that I only need the amount of torque, yes, necessary to pull, yeah, the weight, yes. But let's say you're in the military, and you think these tanks are important when fighting wars? Yes. I had a special deal for the United States military. It's the $100,000 tank that is in 100 pieces, inclusive of a motor. Now, if I can prove this tractor pull, yes, then I can pull more weight, yes, than all the other tractors. How many of those in the military would like a tank that could pour? See, I'm being obstructed of making what could be tens of billions of dollars in armaments for the United States military because nobody in Detroit wants that to happen. Now, my thought is there is some liability to the United States military for refusing to support and defend. Yes. Now, is it really a good day to be in the military? Let's say you're a tank driver. High tensile strength metal. You know, I wanted to be that contractor that contracted with the United States military, having my own personal, well, military industrial complex. If you could ship a tank in 100 pieces and they were all interchangeable, yes, and they were designed to drive on the roads, yes. Let's say you had an electric motor. Now, you had no actual fluids necessary. Yes. And you're going down the highway, maybe 65, 70 miles per hour. How many tanks can actually be driven on the actual concrete of the roads, the asphalt of the roads, without, well, let's say it's urban warfare. Now, let's say it is. And my tank, yes, can go 70 miles per hour. Now, there's a possibility that I'm being obstructed, yes, and competing with those in the military industrial complex for contracts for tanks. Now, there could be a lawsuit in that if you see it, okay? For every general that thought, oh, today's not a good day. Now, this microelectrical mechanical systems, yes, 0.0001 millimeters. This is the process used to create MEMS, is similar to that used to create computer chips. Yes. The process called etching, commonly used to shape microscopic gears, beams, and other structures by dissolving parts of the wafer. Yeah. Now, what I did today, now, I made it very difficult for me to email because instead of using 100% magnification, yes, I took it to 50%. I could hardly see the email address. I was really looking at it. I was looking at them. It was kind of like a miniature emails that I was sending. Yes. Now, you might have gotten a full size email. I don't know if you did or not because nobody responded. Yes. But let's say I had some glass. Yes. Similar to that that's used to make computer chips. I heated it up at approximately 2,500 to 3,000 degrees. Sand? What about salt? Bah! Let's say I had some high temperature desalinated salt. And I made little silicon chips out of salt and I called them salt chips. Can you etch salt? Yes. At high temperatures that would increase the speed of computers? MEMS technology produces microscopic machines that can act as sensors, perform mechanical functions, and create visual effects. In an automobile, MEMS detect collisions and direct airbags to inflate, to measure engine oil pressure and tire air pressure, track the speed of rotation of each wheel, braking system. Now, if I was not to use silicon, commonly known as sand, but I used salt and I used an etching technology, is there any possibility that I'm being obstructed from competing in the semiconductor industry?